Pretty happy with that. Sounds just like the beginning of Angel Talk or something.
Love is the spirit of this church.
Oh, you're reading my shirt.
And service is our law, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. This is our covenant.
And that's the covenant of the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Fort Wayne, which is not unity, which is what's on your shirt, but that's okay because we're real close in our philosophy, I think. Real close. We're just Southsiders and you guys are Northsiders, that's all.
Halo, and thank you for stopping, looking, and listening to your divine call here on another episode of Angels Talk. I'm Sandra, and I'm here with the infamous Charlie Willer.
The infinitely infamous.
Infamously Charlie Willer, and we are honored to be in your presence today.
Thank you.
I tell you, without you, this would not be where it is today.
Well, I'm honored that you chose one of my pieces of music as a theme for your show. And I tell you, every now and then I'm very surprised. I'll get an email from someone and say, do you still have sheet music for, and they'll name one of my pieces. And I'll say, yes, how did you get a copy of it? And they'll tell me how they got a copy. And I said, sure. And so I have my own little self-publishing business going on for my music. So,
ladies and
not
gentlemen,
getting rich yet.
I've got to tell you this. This piece that was played was one of 19 pieces from the White Album. On that album was another gentleman who we will go and visit at another time. His name is Bob Savage.
Mr. Cello.
Oh, yes, Mr. Cello. And every one of those pieces will be used in this organization, Angels at God Central Station.
And you're going to hear
right
little snippets of pieces during this half hour.
I love Leah's Lullaby.
As a matter of fact, Cello Bob, when he went to Notre Dame, he was first chair cello at Notre Dame. Three of his roommates were named Bob, I think, and so they all got nicknames. Like there was Buffalo and Cello and somebody else and somebody else. But Bob's favorite piece that he likes to play cello to is this one. That's that sound you hear in the background is the sound of the espresso machine.
Daddy-o!
We're here at Daddy-o Da Vinci's.
Hello to the divine call whose idea has truly come.
Anyway, so the sound you hear in the background is the espresso machine here at Daddy-o Da Vinci's. And Daddy-o Da Vinci's is a wonderful coffee house.
Yes.
It's in the Wayne Plaza on Bluffton Road, just past Old Trail.
Daddy-o, come here. Come here, please. Just say hello to everyone out there.
Daddy-o's being shy.
Okay, we'll get his picture in a little while. But I was intrigued when I walked through the door and smelled the wonderful aroma of coffee. I felt every fiber in my being wake up and say, hello, you're here. Hello, you're here. And
want to get your drink.
Okay, one moment.
She's going to go get her I don't know what all is in her drink, but it's I tasted it. It's very, very good. And look, there's no little cups.
I'll tell you what's in this drink. This is a special drink, and it was created by Daddy-o. He calls it something else. I call it Holy Kisses. Daddy-o, what did you call this earlier? A chocolate French kiss.
Mm.
Thank you. And it wants some?
Yes, but I'm driving, no thanks.
Okay, thanks. Well, anyway.
There's no booze in it.
No.
But it is intoxicating. All right, get back to the subject here. Music. Angels.
Angels? What's your
Angel
interpretation of the word angel? Carlos Angelos?
Well, as a Unitarian Universalist, I think that they say, what do you believe in? Well, one of the basic things that I believe is that God is in everything, and God is as small as an atom and as big as the whole universe, and there's God in all of us. And angels are usually interpreted as messengers from God, and they can come in all forms, and well, that's the basis, I guess. I don't want to spend a half an hour just talking about the angels only.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. I don't either, because I want to inform everybody a little bit about our relationship.
Okay.
I'm in Fort Wayne now 15 years, and when I first started the acting career, which I'm not acting today, my life is totally scripted by divine intervention. I heard about Charlie Willer, audio architect on Well Street at that time.
That's where I had my studio at the time.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But I gotta tell you, and I'm not a storyteller here, I had a dream of an uncle who was killed in the war. His name was Uncle Charlie. He came to me when I lived in Monroeville, and he appeared as a vision standing before me. And they're telling me that he's there as a protector to watch over and to make sure that I get there. I said, well, where am I going? Where am I going to make sure that I get there? He said, you'll know when you're there. Well, when I arrived at Audio Architect and walked in there, and he said, hi. How do you say that, Charlie? Hi, I'm Charlie. Anyway.
Hi, I'm Charlie.
I said, oh my goodness, you're the third angel. I have 14 altogether. He was the third, and that's since 1988. How many years ago? 98, 12 years ago? Anyway, Charlie has been my star maker in the acting and modeling.
I pushed the
profession.
buttons. I turned on the knobs, and you went behind the microphone and you did what you did, and that got you some nice movie roles and some voiceover and on camera.
Yeah,
work
but you
and
gave
so
me
on.
many takes. I remember the one commercial was 26 takes. I'm like, oh my God, this is really work.
You never went 26 takes.
I did that $4 commercial for Pizza Hut.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
it took 26. Can you imagine 26 takes? And you were so patient with me, and so forgiving, and so gentle. You're an angel. Yeah. So, but over the course of the years, I'm here today because this is an honorable show.
I don't
about
remember
Charlie.
26 takes.
Yeah, it was. Charlie wears many hats and is multi-talented and multifaceted and infinitely.
Which hat do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about the clowns.
Well,
Chuckles.
there is sort of a society or a social interaction of clowns. And
Yes,
there are.
Notoriously too.
Well, I mean, there are clowns who are professional performers, and there are clowns who are just parade and what I call decoration clowns.
Ah.
In the circus, when you see clowns around the big top, sometimes they're actually security guards.
Ah.
You know that or not?
Ooh.
So
remember that.
you never want to try to do anything really, really bad at a circus because the clowns will be all over you in a moment, So there's uniformed security guards, and then there's the clown patrol, and some of those people are not going to perform in the show tonight. They're there just to make sure nobody tries to duck under the tent or steal an elephant or something like that. So.
Still, do you know any songs about elephants, Charlie?
Okay, we'll play Elephant Walk.
Yeah.
Baby Elephant Walk. But anyway, yes, there is some elephant songs out there. But what I wanted to say was that I've always, all my life, when the circus was on TV or went to the circus in person, I've always liked the clowns. I've always wanted to be a clown. And I was mentored by Red Skelton, Emmett Kelly. Frank Kelly is Kelly the Clown.
You got me confused.
Now Frank will be amazed and, anyway, that I confused him with Emmett Kelly for a moment. But,
No offense.
But he is Kelly the Clown here in town. And,
yes.
And Red Skelton and Charlie Chaplin, and I basically became sort of a fan of clown mime, and never took any formal training, but I learned from watching in the Three Stooges, how to do pratfalls, how to do takes, how to do all that body English that clowns do so well. And I just started performing in the summer of 1976. And
Spirit of 76.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and here it is, 2002, and I've done about 2,300 shows as Chuckles the Clown. So, about 125 shows a year for about 20 years, something like that. So, anyway.
And Charlie, how many commercials have you produced over the years?
Oh, I don't know, about 6,000.
Lots and lots of jingles and lots of wonderful, wonderful engaging affairs.
Every job I do is at least one something, okay? Sometimes it's 2, 3, 4, 5, a dozen somethings, okay? Like there'd be one project number for like 6 commercials. And so I'm on project number 5,500 now, so that means about 6,000 or more somethings.
And you're still working, you're doing some work with the radio stations here too, right?
This all started when I was about 12 years old. I got interested in radio and like being a DJ or announcer, and growing up listening to Bob Sievers and Jay Gould.
Bob Sievers. Hello, Bob Sievers.
And speaking of Bob,
yes.
that we know, Bob Barnes is a pretty well-known voiceover actor and
yes.
talent, and
mentor for me.
He's, as it turned out, Bob's first commercial radio job was at the same station where my first commercial experience was, which is WARU in Peru, Indiana. And I used to live near Peru, and as it turned out, I probably heard him on the radio and didn't remember who he was.
Who he was.
Because he was only there a short time. I was only there a short time. And I was mostly interested in Maxine. That's all, I didn't care too much about much except Maxine, who had a terrible crush on me and always wanted to teeter-totter with me at recess. So that was in Chilai, Indiana. And I haven't seen Maxine since probably a couple summers after that. But anyway, so Bob Barnes, and then there's Cello Bob Savage. And he's the business manager and the cello player for a band called Yo-Yo Pa.
Yes, Yo-Yo Pa. Some night we're going to go out and we're going to have some insightful, more inspiration with Yo-Yo Pa. That'd be fun.
Yo-Yo Pa has a wonderful attitude. They decided to do no more than 1 gig per month, so that would always be fun. They could go rehearse, perform, take a week off, rehearse, take a week off, perform, and then rehearse if they needed to. And they always have fun making crazy medleys, like a medley of Swing Low, Sweet Cherry-O, and the Flintstones theme.
What's your favorite song? What is your favorite song?
I play
no, wait a minute.
mine?
I have to tell everyone, you don't read music, do you?
I read music I can write music, and I can read it fast enough to kind of comp out the chords, and I mostly work from chords and know that if you play an F major chord, and then you play another chord with it. Actually, let's start with a G. There's a G major and a C. The very simplest of chord progressions.
The divinities of gifts right here, right now.
And you'll find this rather wonderful, haunting piece that is almost like a hymn. It's called Farewell, Indiana, and Bob plays it on the cello and sings it. And everybody goes, wow, what is that song?
I'm going to remember that. When I interview him, we're going to cover that song.
And then I started working on it and giving it sort of just a touch of jazz, a touch of new age, and I changed some of the chords around.
So while I'm thinking of this, where can anyone out there pick up one of those CDs, the White Album?
Probably the easiest way is to get a hold of me or to get a hold of
How about
Bob.
Angels of God Central Station?
Or through you. Yeah.
I think we'll do that.
Get a hold of Sandra, and she can get you
Get a hold of Sandra.
CD.
Get a hold of Sandra. Whoa, Charlie.
I'll get a hold of Sandra. But sure, and it'll be a reasonable charge, $12 or something like that. Quite often when I perform and we do a fundraiser, like I go out to churches and various groups and I perform, and there's some nominal charge to come see me, and then people want to buy CDs too.
Sure.
And then it's a fundraiser for the church or for the organization, and another way to get my music around in places. So.
Well, something else that we've started on is a soul series, and we have the first piece already cut out. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the Soul Confident piece?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to work on the rest. I have all the raw footage. Let's listen to some more music.
You asked me what my favorite song was. Then did you mean one that I had composed, or one that I wish I had composed? One of mine. I think one of my favorites is one that has a little cello piece. And what I'm going to have you do is pull another chair over, because I need the whole bench to scoot back and forth to reach all the notes in this song.
Okay.
And I'll play a short version of it so it doesn't get too crazy. This is something I wrote in the springtime of, I think about 1978 or 79, somewhere. I had the date written down somewhere, and it it snowed like in April, and it snowed enough that they brought the snow plows out and so on. And so in this piece, you'll hear the snow coming down, and you'll hear the windshield wipers of the running of the snow plows, and you'll hear the snow plows coming down the road, bum 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 bum, and then you'll hear the sky will brighten up, and then little flakes will start coming down again, and it's called Springtime Snow Shower. And it goes like this.
I love it.
Ta-da! That's the short version. And like anybody under pressure, I fumbled a few notes in there, but you get the basic idea for Springtime
We
Snow
wouldn't
Shower.
know unless you told us. Yeah.
But I do have a really good, in fact, one of the best performances of that piece was for a cable access show called Houston City Limits. And the reason we called it that was Bob had just graduated with his MBA down in Texas and had just gotten a job as the manager of a record store in Houston.
Someday there's going to be a Bob show. I can just feel
So,
it. Okay. Nothing
Anyway,
else.
it's like, it says, I just barely made the Houston city limits, and I had to turn around and come back to Fort Wayne and tape this show with you before I moved my last carload of stuff to Texas. And so we actually taped that thing just in a narrow window of opportunity when he was in town for 3 days to load his car, rest, and hit the road and drive back to Texas and take it for that job. And so we decided to call it Houston City Limits. It's sort of a parody on the Austin City Limits country TV show. And some of our best performances we ever did together are on that show. And Public Access ran that on what was then Channel 10 for so many years. I would get a call every now and then, and somebody would say, "I didn't know you played the piano." I said, "Oh, you have cable, don't you?" "Yes." So anyway, so let's talk about Angel Talk. And
Let's talk. Did we talk about Angels at God Central Station, the corporation name?
no. So
Well, that is the corporation name. Angels at God Central Station, the voice of unity.
of which you are one.
Oh, oh. Sometimes I just get thrown way off. I get sidetracked, and then I become a fallen angel or something, But what I want to tell everyone is that it has another relationship with you.
Well, when you said sidetracked, I thought of my railway hat. She's always putting me on the sidetrack.
That's right. Tell
But,
us about it.
well, as a young child, my first memory that I can remember as a young child was riding on the stool that the motorman usually sat on this electric railway in Canada. And it turns out that I was probably about 2.5 years old when this happened, 2.5, 3 years old. And most people do not remember things from before they're about 3 years old. So I know it left a very deep impression. And my dad is a trained enthusiast, and basically I've turned that into sort of a railway historian hat that I wear. And I've done a lot of programs at the Historical Society and various historical organizations and Kiwanis and Lions Club and things like that. Even some schools. So, but I've met a lot of interesting people, and it's always an angelic moment when I go up to a house and say, "Look, I have a picture of a trolley going past your house, in 1939," and they show in the picture. They went, "Wow, can I get a copy of that?" Because their house is still there or something.
My home was Pennsylvania Railways in Pennsylvania.
Right, and in Pennsylvania, that line came to Fort Wayne because the line from Pittsburgh to Chicago goes through Fort Wayne, even though it's not the Pennsylvania Railroad anymore. But
And last week I was down in Indianapolis interviewing at the World Basketball Haven at Union
Union Station.
Grand Central Station, and with all the ghosts. It was incredible. But listen, we're on a short time span today, and I have one more delicate question that I need to know what your answer would be.
All right.
This is off the wall. I don't think you expected this one. The vision of this network is one world, one dream in the spirit of unity. What do you think about that? How do you see that serving?
My home church is Unitarian Universalist. I was raised half Unitarian, half Methodist, actually. I used to go to services in the smallest Methodist church in this area, which is Lake Chapel over at
yes, it is.
Lake Everett. I had to think of the name of the lake. It's such a small lake. But and so I got to see spiritual things from many different angles, both from a very conservative old school Methodist church and a very liberal Unitarian Universalist, and all the way from, and my involvement in the Up With People movement was a humanistic thing that I was in high school. They sing out Fort Wayne.
Yes.
A lot of good music,
yes.
and a lot of good things that happened through that part of my life, and still today. It's funny because every now and then I'll meet someone that I'm really attracted to this person, I really like this person, and I find out that they were in a sing out or an Up With People or something. I said, it just happens, And we know all the same songs, only Up With People, or they call them uppies. But I think that, God is everywhere, and some people, whatever your interpretation of God to be is, and what serves you best is what's correct and for you. And I think that God is in everything, as small as an atom and as big as the whole universe. And and angels are the messenger from God, and they manifest themselves in many different ways. As you said you mentioned that you had a vision of your Uncle Charlie telling you that you were about to take another big step in your life, and then you walk into my studio, and your angelic countenance walked into my studio, and I thought, now, is this a real person, or is this just a vision?
Charlie, you said that earlier now.
And I found out that Sandra really is the angel that she is. And this whole thing that you've sort of spearheaded here, this thing that you've organized, Angels Talk, the TV show, and Angels from God Central Station, has been an inspiration to me, and I'm very honored to have my music on your show.
Well, Charlie, I got to tell you this. I see the angel in you. You are that living, loving, angelic expression, serving humanity and mankind and being all that you are in living your passion and the vision and the mission.
It beats being a managerial girl, I saw that.
Will you play us out of here so I don't even have to say goodbye? Just stay tuned to another episode of Angels Talk.
According to the official studio clock, we actually have about 10 more minutes, don't we?
We don't.
Only 5?
No, Chris? 5 minutes.
We only have 5 minutes? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. You want to talk about Chuckles for a second?
No.
Sure? Okay.
I want to talk about us.
All right.
Right here is another beginning.
We need to tell them where we are.
We did tell them.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
at Daddy-O's. Daddy-O
right.
Da Vinci.
I forgot
right
the
here,
espresso machine already.
Right now, not New Haven, Bluffton. We're on
Wayndale.
Bluffton. Wayndale, everybody.
On the way to Wayndale on Bluffton Road, on the left side, if you're going out of town, before you get to the post office in Wayne Plaza, on the left side is a dark brown building with dark brown coffee and cocoa that's so good.
Oh, I'll be spending some time here. Christine, I'll be coming to visit you. I hope you're going to work here for about 10 more years. I'm coming back to interview you someday.
And they have 20 soups every day, and they're all good.
20 soups.
Yes,
Got that,
do.
folks? Right here, right now.
I was sitting here while you were telling me that we were running out of time and I should play something, and I was thought, well, what am I going to play? Because I have to...
Just put your hands on there and let your spirit take over.
Oh, let's do the processional.
Okay.
This is, I really hate this part of my life, but sometimes I compose something, I play it, I perform it, and then I forget it for some reason, and I never play it again, and thank God, thank the angels from heaven, a tape shows up, and I go, "What's on this tape?" And I play it, and I said, "Holy cow, that's me! What is that?"
Oh,
And-
one more thing. Can
Yeah.
I just tell everybody about
Sure.
Bob and Light the Fire?
Sure.
Because he's coming on.
Oh yeah.
Bob. Another Bob. How many Bobs
This is
do we
another.
have?
This is Juggler Bob.
This is Juggler Bob. Bob created a video.
Mr. Video Bob.
Yes, Light the Fire Within. And I'm going to have him come on, and we're going to do an episode with him. And I'll just keep you in curiosity about that. But, Charlie, I had to interrupt
But
that.
my
because
music
that's
is
it.
on Bob's video. And,
Yes.
And,
oh, I wasn't going to tell on that. I'm going to have to edit that one. That's okay.
Okay, I'll see if I can play here a little bit.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
I do love your red
Oh, you want me to
socks.
show them the socks?
No, Charlie. I just want to tell them how honored we are.
We gotta show them the socks.
Okay, show the socks.
Can we see the socks?
We are.
What'd I say?
Charlie,
No.
sit down here and play this piano, please.
They're red Argyle socks.
Yeah.
I wore them just for today. Okay.
Oh, but
Are you
before
ready?
we end,
What?
I just want to tell you from everybody out there that we are honored to have your presence.
Thank you.
You truly are a gift and an angel.
Let's see if I can play this.
Okay.
I really haven't played it for a while, several weeks, so here we go. If you scoot down just a little
I
bit.
can scoot.
Okay. Need a little more elbow room. There we go.
Okay.
And that's the processional. The short version, since we're running so close.
And now will you take us out with our opening?
With the theme again?
The theme.
Sure.
I
All
got
right.
it. That theme runs through my being all the time, day and night. It's the breath of who I am now. Charlie Willer, right here, right now, on Angels Talk, in our soul relationship. The soulful self of me loves the soulful self in you, Charlie. And with that I say, divine love.